My name is Chris. We have a pretty small crowd today. Okay, you can't see this on the other side of your camera, but there's only one other person here, so we're gonna have a pretty good one-on-one conversation. I don't think that the mic is necessary. Yeah, for your camera? Okay. Go ahead and ask whatever you want to ask, and I will answer it to the best of my ability.
So you did the cover for the Rogue Festival.
Yes, in Fresno there's a performing arts festival, or a performing arts gathering for people from all around California called the Rogue Festival, and I did the cover art for the 2015 festival. Originally, I was going to have this panel be about life as a freelance artist and how to get started as doing that. That was how it was originally going to be. Freelance life is hard. I was going to base this on questions that people had, because I thought there'd be other artists here. Freelance artists?
How do you get started as a freelance artist?
How to get around that question. How did I get started as a freelance artist? Well, it started off kind of on accident. I just started drawing and posting stuff on YouTube for recreation, and then some people saw what I did, and then they wanted me to draw something for them. And then it kind of just snowballed into bigger jobs, more money, bigger jobs, more money. And then eventually I got work with like ultra reality games. They do stuff with like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. And then I started doing conventions, and you get commissions from people here, and then it just builds up over time. And it was so all of it was just kind of by accident. Actually, whenever now that I have more experience and I'm intentionally trying to get stuff done, if it's not happening, it gets rough. So maybe I should just stop trying and let it happen.
How did you develop your art style?
How did I develop my art style? It's really just a culmination of all the different artists that I studied. Adam Hughes, Stanley Lau, those are the two primary, and then realism, and then anime, like Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon. You take all that together, and that's how you develop your style. Because everyone grows up with different things, watching different things, liking different things. You apply that to what you're drawing, and that molds your stuff.
How long have you been drawing?
I've always been sketching when I shouldn't have been, like at school, but the question was how long have I been drawing? But professionally, like real seriously, about a little over 2 years. I've been taking jobs for about 2 years. And like what I said, I started posting on YouTube about 2.5 years ago.
What's your favorite piece that you've done?
What's my favorite piece that I've done? I did this piece that had all the Disney princesses on it. That's my favorite piece because I think it was one of my most creative. Because it wasn't just the Disney princesses on it. I had them in like a weird situation, in like a laboratory, and it was really weird. It's like my most popular video on YouTube, so it makes me the most money on YouTube. That's another reason why I like it. But I feel like the more that I learn technical-wise, it's kind of beating the creativity out of me, I've noticed. Like, I'm so concerned with making stuff look correct that I'm no longer making stuff that's as creative. So that's kind of the problem I'm having. That's why I'm not really, like, I like the new stuff that I do, but I'm not as fond of it as my old stuff, because that stuff was crazy and creative. Back when I didn't care about what I was making, so balance, it's hard to find a balance.
Did you take any classes for art?
Did I take any classes for art? When I was in high school, I took Art 1, where we learned to draw cubes. So that's it. But everything that I learned from online tutorials, because it's all there. It's all free. You just have to sit down and do it. Yeah.
Before all this, what was your favorite style of art that you have seen around before you became an artist?
My favorite style of art before I became an artist. There's an artist, his name is Stanley Lau. I would see his stuff like everywhere, but I didn't really know that it all came from one person. So he did a lot of Street Fighter work, he did a lot of like comic book covers. So I really liked it. And so when I became an artist, I started looking around and I found his DeviantArt page. And then I went through his gallery and I saw that he was the single person that made all this stuff that I liked. So his style, if you can like Google it, Stanley Lau or Art Germ, he's my favorite. Hands down. Even today, he's still my favorite. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys, I'm pretty active on YouTube, so if you guys want to find me there, everything is at Cayco, which is my first initial, my last name. I'll have them put it in the description of this video. Is that cool? I'll just write it down for you. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.